So you apply geometric constraints or geometric relationships in an AutoCAD drawing with geometric constraints. The tools for applying geometric constraints are located here on the geometric panel of the parametric tab in the ribbon bar. So to apply a specific type of geometric constraint, just click on the desired constraint. When you apply a geometric constraint, an icon appears next to the cursor to help you remember which type of geometric constraint you selected. Only certain points on objects can be used as constraint points. Typically, these constraint points correspond to the object snaps. So when you apply a geometric constraint or a particular type of constraint, such as a parallel constraint, you're going to select two objects. When you apply a geometric constraint to a pair of objects, the order in which you select them is important. So if I want this object to remain parallel to that one, I'm going to pick the one that I don't want to move, and then click on the other one and notice that it brings it into a parallel relationship with the first one. It'd be pretty time consuming though if I had to go through object by object applying these constraints. So what I can do is I can use the Auto Constrain tool. The Auto Constrain is really powerful because with a single selection I can click on the Auto Constrain button and then really do a window selection around all these objects. And then once I'm done selecting objects, click OK. And AutoCAD is going to apply geometric constraints to all of those objects. Now, how does AutoCAD decide which geometric constraints to apply and what order to apply them in? Well, if I click on this little arrow here, I can open up my Auto Constrain dialog box, and notice now I can see all of the various geometric constraints that can be applied. I can select which ones I want applied. Right now they're all selected, but also the order in which you see them here in this dialog box determines the order of precedence in which the geometric constraints will be applied to these objects. Typically, you're not going to have to change this, so I've really never seen the need so far for me to have to go back in and change them. But if you do make any changes, then you can always click on this reset button and get them back to the default that they were when you first started using them. So really, when you're working with parametric constraints now in AutoCAD, the first step is going to be to create the various geometric constraints. Those are going to create the relationships between the objects. And then we'll move on and create some dimensional constraints between those objects.